Hi, my name is Ethan Boho, and today I'm going to be giving you a speech on why I believe that we need to begin to control social media rather than having it control us. Okay, and my three topics today are going to be first, the benefits of social media, as there are benefits. There definitely are, and we need to talk about them. And then it's going to be the harms of social media, and then it is going to be what can we do? How can we fix this? And what should we do? Okay, the benefits. Billions of people are able to connect with each other through their phones, and that is such a new thing um, that it's just incredible and it's exciting and it's pretty awesome, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, brought cultures together, just people that never would have met in the real world, and they can just talk online, and I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Has become highly useful in the distribution of news. As you can tell, just scrolling through Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok, anything like that, um, news is everywhere and from any different sites. And it is helpful in that way. Definitely with some people that never would have watched news, never would have picked up a newspaper, never would have watched any news channels. And for them to know just simple things that are going on in the world, it is somewhat helpful. Yeah. Okay. So here's a little figure on news sources and what sources are used the most. As we can see, TV is still the number one, but for people ages 18 to 29, you can see that social media is even higher than TV, which is kind of insane. And social media is higher than most of them in most of the figures. So that really shows just how much news matters on social media. Okay. Now we talk about the harms. There's depression. It can definitely lead to depression through many different ways. Fear of missing out, which kind of leads to that depression. There is misinformation, which can come through the news, just as it's not as vetted as other sites, such as TV. ADHD. I have basically developed ADHD from social media, and I know a lot of my friends have as well. I used to be able to pick up a book and read it in for 5 to 6 hours, and now I can't read 10 pages, and that is an issue. So, yeah. Unrealistic standards, beauty standards, stuff like that. Anxiety, stress, those both kind of lead to depression, and yeah, it's just develops from social media. Lack of motivation due to addiction. I mean, it's hard to admit, but I think most of my generation is addicted to social media. Yeah. Okay. Here is a little figure on depression rates as they have been rising, and obviously throughout these past years, social media rates have been rising as well, as we can see through here. These are the amount of people on these social media channels. As you can see, Facebook's at the top, and it's just rising rapidly. This one even stops at 2018, but it will just keep rising through 2024. And the depression rates correlate just as well. Okay, stress and anxiety. It is already a lot to keep up with in our normal reality. So having this like second world where just as many stresses and a lot more dangers, to be honest, definitely for people with like scammers and stuff like that. And also just worrying about like what people think of you online. Beauty and lifestyle standards. People edit their photos, especially women edit their photos, and it's uh, hard for young girls, teenagers, and children to look at these women and feel like they're inadequate. Same with lifestyle. People do not post when they're having a bad day. They do not post pictures of them crying, pictures of them having just a normal day. They take pictures of when they're having the best moments of their lives and they post them. So then someone having a bad day looks online and they feel like, okay, I'm alone. I'm the only one that's just having a hard time, which is simply just not true. Here's another figure on 5 in 10 Americans it says get misinformed, but it's just informed. But we know that there is a ton of misinformation online. As you can read, go on Facebook, and there will be tons of stuff that is trying to put biases in your mind, which for a lot of people that do not investigate these claims. They just take it and they believe it. And so that can be an issue. What can we do? I believe that we should need to vote for laws that put protections on the use of social media for children and teenagers, especially, as they're very vulnerable to social media and depression. Next, practice habits that limit our social media intake. I need to as well. I think almost everybody in my generation especially needs to practice these, as we are heavily addicted and we need to stop if we are going to be productive. Take everything with a grain of salt. Do not believe everything you see online. I'm not saying that every single thing is fake news on there, but a lot of it is, and you should always do your own research and never just believe one site. Yeah. Parents, until we can put laws in place, parents are really the first line of defense when it comes to children using social media, and I believe that they need to not ban it for their children, but teach them how to do it healthily. And yeah. Stop normalizing the editing of photos. We need to call people out when they're editing photos, not say that they are terrible people as the reason that they're editing these photos just because people before them have edited photos and they didn't feel adequate. So yeah. Do the benefits outweigh the harms? Social media is such an important part of society now. It's a part of everyday life for most people. So it's just impossible to think that it would just be gone, or for a lot of people. But I would say no. I think we need to be able to control social media before we actually use it in full, and we definitely cannot control it. As we have realized time and time again, it controls us. We are at the will of social media. This news, one of the reasons that was the benefit is the news being spread around. But when most of it is misinformation, I don't believe it is that important to be used. Now, there are also other ways to communicate. I said communication with other people. If you truly care about these people, you can communicate with them in other ways. You don't need to see what they're just doing on a daily basis. You can call them. I just believe it causes more harm than good. I think it's a very dangerous thing and was released way too quickly to teenagers and children, and it has become a major issue. So yeah. And again, please at least try to limit yourself on your intake of social media, and also try and just help other people with it. And also, if it comes down to it, please vote to try and limit social media. Thank you.